The essence of this warm-up flow is the spinal flexion from cat's breath and this movement here. So join me when you can, and working with the breath. On the inhale, the chest moves through the arms, and exhaling, and there's a rocking back on the sit bones and a rounding. The inhale, the heart lifts, and the exhale, chin drops into the chest. So just finding your own pace and rhythm. And then you can actually start to use the arms, which is going to be an integral part of this as well. So taking the head of the arm bone back and the chest through more. And then in this shape, even kicking the front foot forward so you can kind of hang back. In this inhalation, the arms draw back to help the chest move forward more into greater extension. And in this one, the arms reach forward, so there's a greater rounding in the back. So let's apply that to our hands and knees position. So coming to hands and knees and cat's breath, the inhale, the hands start to draw back so the chest can move through further. And the exhale, there's that trying to rip the mat apart and slide the hands forward. Inhale, the heart moves forward, sit bones lift. And exhale, as if you've got a monkey tail scooping under. So with the next one, we'll add in the movement of the legs. So inhale to extend the right leg back, and exhale, knee into the chest. So the leg becomes an extension of the spine, and the arms are still very active, pressing the hands away and trying to rip the mat apart here. And this position like you're trying to buckle the mat up underneath you. So we'll take the extended position and hold, moving across to the left side and kind of lean over to the left. And then walk the hands over to the right side so that you can send the leg back into pigeon pose. But we're not really settling into pigeon pose, so probably best to have the toes tucked here. And be on forearms so you're up higher, you're not sitting back. And then connecting to the breath again. Inhale, the heart opens. Exhaling and rounding and lifting out of the pose. Inhale, the forearms drag back and the heart moves forward. And exhaling to round. A couple more times like this, so the hips can sink down in the inhale position, but they dynamically lift up, and you even try and scissor the legs together here as you exhale. Return back to neutral and bring yourself forward. Maybe be up on fingertips so you can swing that right leg around, ready for a rotated, an easy Parsvakonasana rotation. Stretch the right arm up and exhaling, wrap the right arm underneath, almost like hugging yourself, rounding through the back here. So remember the movement in the spine. We're going for a cobra shape as we open up here. And then that rounded cat position, nose and knee coming together. So focus on the movement in the spine and the flow of the breath through the body. So the exhale, there's that natural rounding through the back and navel to spine. The inhale, there's a natural ease-filled expansion through the collarbones, through the front of the spine. So one last time to expand. Maybe linger here and straighten the back leg up for a moment, opening yourself out. And exhaling, releasing down. Plant the hands and stretch that right leg back behind you, hooking it behind the left leg and moving back towards a Gomukhasana position, so sitting in between the feet if you're able to. Inhale to stretch the arms up. And exhale over to the right side, leaning into that right arm and bending the right elbow. Inhale, coming up. And exhaling, moving over to the left So in a warm-up flow, it's great to move the spine in all directions. And let's go once more to each side here. And then we'll come finally into one twist to each side. So inhale to reach up, exhale to twist off to the right. Inhale up through center and twisting off to the left. Smoothly finding your elongation through the spine, and like a swan dive, fold forward and return back to your hands and knees position, ready for the second side. So inhale to open, and exhale, let's go straight into left knee into the chest. Inhale, grow long, feel the leg as an extension of the spine, and taking that same movement and making sure that the arms are active here as well, so clawing and dragging the hands back here to accentuate the chest moving through. And then trying to rip the mat apart here, so you've got that added rounding through the back. So last one. And then come into the extended position. Move the foot over to the right side and lean to the right slightly. And then sliding back, but walking the hands over to the left side more, so you're in like the pigeon shape. And but being lifted, and even having those back toes tucked. Inhale to send the chest forward. And as you exhale, lifting and rounding through the back. Inhale, try and drag the elbows back towards you and the heart moves forward. And exhaling to slide the forearms forward to maximize the rounding in the back. So with each breath, we're looking to get a little more opening through the spine. And then returning back into center and bringing yourself forward. Keep the leg lifted and bring it forward to the hands. Maybe being on fingertips can help that. Then taking the left arm and opening it up to the sky. And as you exhale, wrap that left arm under the leg and round through the back. So remember that same movement in cat's breath, we're applying it here, that spinal flexion. Flexion here, and going for an opening and expansion. One last round. And then finally you can linger here in the extended position and straighten the back leg up for a moment and just enjoy the back bend and the opening through the collarbones. Yet keep that back leg bright and thigh lifted, heel lifted. And then exhaling to lower down. Plant the hands and stretching back. Moving kind of over towards that pigeon position as you cross the leg over behind, yet separate the feet apart, hands sliding back. Inhale to sweep the arms up, so we're in Gomukhasana. Exhale over to the left side and leaning into that left side. Inhale, return back up to center. And exhaling over to the right side. Once more like that in the side bend. So a lot of people jam here. See if you can instead bend the elbow and lean in as much as you're able, even letting that hip come off the floor. Inhale to rise up and exhaling to the other side. Then adding in the twist for this last little squeeze of the spine. Of course, the health of the spine relates to our longevity, so it's good to move the spine in all directions, especially as we're warming the body. For one last moment, let's interlace the fingers behind the back of the body and focus on that lift through the chest and opening through the heart space. And then you can release the hands back around, and that that concludes your warm-up flow, so your spine should feel rejuvenated and replenished and ready for the rest of your practice. Namaste.